In this video, I want to show you how you can create some rules to place in Ensemble Music Scheduler within the DAD digital audio delivery system. So we've created some clocks and we've got all this stuff scheduled to be generated in our playlists, but we want to make sure that when DAD is creating those playlists, it abides by a few rules so we can follow some FCC restrictions about how many times an artist gets played, and so we keep the station sounding fresh and not too repetitive. So what I'm going to do here is click the rules button on my Ensemble window. First thing I'm going to do is make a rule that is supposed to apply to all my music content. Now, I might have a bunch of different rules created here, so I'm going to make sure I designate this one a music rule about artists. Okay? So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make the song scope all songs, and I'm going to add the rule. It'll pop up over here. And when it's green like this, that means that it's active. Okay, so again, I'm going to highlight this to make sure that I'm editing things. When the song scope is all songs, then I get a list of every single group that I've got in my audio library. This area here says ignore these groups. So I'm going to check all of these and then start unchecking the things that I want to make sure that this artist rule applies to. Okay? So in this circumstance, it's going to be my blues category and my family, folk. Let's see what else. Jazz, local music. Just a few of the categories that I want to make sure this is applied to. Okay, pretty much there. Let's just add the world music show too. Okay, so anything that's unchecked, this rule is going to apply to. Now, we've selected the scope of what this rule should be applied to, but we haven't actually set the specifics of the rule itself. So in this case, I'm dealing with artist, right? So I want to change my attribute to artist. And as we start to make changes, what the rule does, this dialog box is going to change to tell us what exactly is going on here. So far, for all songs, prevent song by artist, followed by song from artist. Well, let's say any value can match. Okay, for all songs, prevent song by any artist, followed by song by the same artist. So you see what happens when I check any value can match, and then the pass value must match also. So for all songs, prevent song by any artist, followed by song by the same artist. That means data will never pull audio content from the same artist twice within a certain amount of time. We have to decide what that time frame is. Okay. In my circumstance, I'm just going to say 3 hours. Okay, so I'm going to use the numeric pattern that they've got here. So I'm going to go 0, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0. So now I have to hit update rule for that to take effect. So now data is going to follow the clock schedule that I created for all the different hours of the day, but it's also going to keep in mind that I don't ever want it to pull music from the same artist within 3 hours. So that's a pretty solid rule. What you're going to find out is by guessing and checking, go through and make some of these rules, generate a playlist, and then see if there's any discrepancies or if DAD is having challenges creating a playlist because you have too strict of rules. This is a good place to start. So I've got my artist rule now. I'll probably make one also for a title rule so that it will also mix up it may not play the same artist within 3 hours, but I also, once 3 hours is up, I don't want it to play the same exact song from that artist. So I'll put a title rule in there and some others. What you have to be careful of is when you keep making these rules, you really have to keep track of what the scope of those rules are. And whether or not a group is being affected by more than one rule, those can kind of compound on top of each other and potentially cause you some issues. So at this point, I'll make sure that I update the rule again, and that's how you create a simple rule using Ensemble Music Scheduler within DAD.